Hi, I'm Tom Stephenson, and welcome to Tools, Techniques, and Mental Models for Success series. Today, we're going to be looking at the 5 things you need to do to have a successful career. And we're going to be discussing that. So let's take a look at the 5 things you need to do to have a successful career. And first of all, maybe we should qualify what's a successful career. Well, what's a successful career to you? Is it about making money? Is it about work-life balance? Is it about intrinsic enjoyment for what you do? I'm a professor at George Brown College in Toronto, Canada, and I've dealt with tens of thousands of students over the years. And I know that students have different sort of aspirations. And I know from dealing with professionals in industry, they have different aspirations. And some people are very, what we call extrinsically motivated. That's kind of like for things outside. And some people are intrinsically motivated. That's like they really have a thorough altruistic enjoyment of what they're doing. And some people want a combination of both. So we talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Some people want to actually ensure that they can pay the rent and that they can live a good life, but at the same time, they want to have a life to live. They want to be able to enjoy and balance on that. Well, today I'm just going to talk about 5 things for a successful career, 5 things that you can think about. And then you can also ponder what is it that sort of drives you towards success and what your definition of success is. So the first thing I would suggest, especially if you're starting out in your field, is to watch people in your field that are good at what they do. You know, really observe what is it that makes them really good at what they do. No one is great at everything, so you can sort of throw that out the window. But if you have somebody in your field, if you're in the construction industry and there's somebody that is a really good tradesperson and you want to be a really good tradesperson, you know, watch how they work. Watch how they ask them, how did they get to be that way? What do they think about? And slowly over time, you'll learn a lot from that individual. The other thing you'll find is by asking questions of these people, people usually are pretty open to responding, especially when you're kind of giving them the accolades that you respect how well they work, how efficient they are, and those types of things. They really are responsive to that. Sometimes there's a lot of mentors around that don't even know that they're really acting as mentors, but it's worth your while because number one, it's putting you towards having a focus towards improvement and thinking, how can I get to be better? That's very, very helpful. And you're picking on somebody that really did learn to do things well, and that can be very helpful inputs as well. You know, if you're always just in a group of people that really aren't very good at what they do, there's a limit to how far you can take yourself. So be searching out those people that are really good in your field. And if you're in a company and there's really not an opportunity for that, then maybe for you, in order for you to grow to the next level, you're going to have to look at some other company to move to where there is somebody operating at that kind of upper level that's willing to give you some advice and that's willing to give you that feedback on how well you're doing. So that would be number one that I would look at in that particular area. The other area I would look for ways to eliminate waste. Eliminate reduce waste. Waste in things that you do. Waste in time. Things that are wasting your time. Things that interrupt your focus for what you're trying to accomplish. Waste can be even on trips. You know, you're going to pick something up. What's the most efficient way to pick these particular items? Can you map out sort of a route in your head? You start thinking along those ways. The applications are endless in your personal life, but also in your business life. And people will start to realize that you're very efficient, and any boss is going to appreciate somebody that observes things and picks up on those things. The Pareto principle is 80-20. Well, you know what? Only 20% of people in business typically really do that well. So be one of that 20%, and it will serve you well in your career. At the same time, if you're looking at how to add value to your boss, add value to the customer, to the client, Not everybody kind of gives that sort of appearance. And if you're looking to sincerely, this is all about sincerity, and this is also about setting a certain mindset. Look for ways to add value. People start to notice you because you stand out, because you are doing that extra, going that extra 9 yards, right? And that's that extra little bit that people pick up on. So look for ways to add value. That's number 3. Have a continuous mindset, a continuous improvement mindset. We can all get better at what we do. You know, I've just started doing YouTube videos over the last year, and I've got a long way to go on this, but it is a trajectory. You look at ways that you can get better at doing things step by step, inch by inch, bird by bird. And if you have that mindset that whatever you're doing now, you can do better tomorrow, that's going to take you a long way. You may not notice how far you go in the first month in improvement, but in the first year, you'll see that there's been an improvement. And in the next year, a further improvement. A lot of people, they graduate and they do improve over the first year or two, and then they kind of plateau, and then it just kind of evens off. And then what happens is, with change that's happening in the world, it surpasses them. And all of a sudden, when they're 40 or 45, they're out of work because they haven't kept up with all the changes in technology and changes in the world. And they're not adding value. They're not reducing waste. And so all of a sudden they're expendable. And then it's very difficult for them to re-energize themselves to get back on track. So if you start out with that continuous improvement mindset, that's going to serve you really, really well over your career. So that's something to really sort of take a hold on and take heart with. Learn from your mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's an opportunity. I know people that, if you ask, I've been in job interviews galore where I've had, as far as a hiring interview, and we interview people. And one of the questions that I love to ask is, identify a mistake you had in the past and what you learned from it. It's surprising how many people, well, I can't really think of one right now. Everybody's made mistakes, everybody. And you should have mistakes that you've learned from and that you can identify with. I really am skeptical when somebody says they can't think of one. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people out there that have not made that many mistakes. So where am I going with this? There's a lot of people out there that have not made that many mistakes. You know why? They haven't tried that many things. They're kind of in their cocoon and they're playing it safe all the time. And if you're not making any mistakes, you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not advancing. Make mistakes, try different things. Don't try things that are going to sink you, calculated things. And when you make mistakes, learn from those mistakes. Write them down. If you've made decisions about certain things, write down ahead of time. Okay, we're going to try this. And then evaluate how you did. Okay, this is how that went. How could I do this better the next time? And if you do that, you will lead yourself to a very, very successful career, no matter how you want to categorize it. And you'll enjoy the process. You won't see mistakes as these catastrophic events. You'll see them as these opportunities to learn and grow from. And that just changes your mindset, and it builds in that enthusiasm to enjoy what you're doing. So these are 5 quick things for a successful career. There's a lot more to this. And if you're interested in more videos in this series, please click subscribe. If you want to see, be notified, click the little bell, and I'll leave some other links in the show notes for you if you want to do quick checkout of other videos. So this is Tom Stephenson wishing you a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.